Hi everyone, I'm Yukari from Art by Yukari, and welcome back if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. And today I'm going to share with you a flip through of the 3 journals that I use. If you watched my previous video, you know I'm using Hobonichi Weeks to plan, Hobonichi Cousin A5 Avec to document, and then I use the A6 Hobonichi Techo as my sketch journal. And I am going to start with the weeks. All right. So in my pockets, I keep my Bitmoji stickers. And in the yearly section, I track my activity, so whether I completed or I closed my rings or how many steps I took. And in my monthly, I have my appointments, events, and so forth. But I'm having to also duplicate things in my cousin, and so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. So in the weekly section, I first started out writing important tasks for each day, but then I realized that I already do that in my running task on the right hand side, where I also have my weekly tracker. So I think I've decided that instead I'm going to be writing down activities that I want to do from the 5 dimensions that I talk about later, which you will see now. So these are the 5 dimensions of my life that I'm working on this year. And each one has a colored dot, so it's easy for me to track. So I want to be able to write tasks down that apply to those and write that on the left-hand side. That way, when I do reflect in my cousin, it'll be easy for me to know what I did. And then the back pages are my daily logs. And you know, it's not pretty, but it gets the job done. I write down specific things that I want to do each day. I totally forgot the 5th, so you don't see it. And I don't have to do a whole lot to set it up because it's a running task. So this is my weeks that I document things that I need to do or I want to do. And then of course, I also use the field notes for extra notes. And I use the Pilot Acroball in 0.7. Next is the Hobonichi Cousin, excuse me, that I use to document the things that I've done. I'm going to flip the flap over so it's not in my way. And in the yearly tracker, I track my language learning activities, and then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do in the top and the bottom box, maybe to summarize each month. But I do write down what I do for language learning every day in this section. And then for the monthly section, like I was saying, I write down typically just the school activities and whatnot, but I realized that it's really important for also documenting my personal events because that affects how I spend my time at school. So it may be that I have to duplicate my week's monthly page here as well. And this is my weekly page where I document the 5 dimensions that I talked about and reflect on what I did, and also highlights. I also track my meals here and my activity, and you can see the photos that I printed using the Canon Ivy, which I really enjoy. And I'm going to be documenting the top 5 songs that I play each week here as well. And then here is my setup for the upcoming week, and I've added a reading log also. And then we have the daily pages, and I have my monthly intentions, and then I'm going to be writing down reflections at the end of the month. I do the journal prompts daily, and I write down the daily prompts on the left-hand side. And this week I use prompts that reflect back on 2023, and in the box I have my weekly a quick check-in, and so that's the first art journal page that I did. And then I also painted some loose flowers here that I printed. Excuse me. I've covered up some personal things, but once again, each day I journal. That's probably the first thing that I do, and then throughout the day I fill in the rest. And I'll do the weekly page, the journal prompts. Sometimes I don't have enough to say, so I have to add a sticker or even a quote. On the 4th, I wrote about something that I try that I want to continue, and it's my skincare routine. So I posted a picture of my face because I think I really love what I've been doing. So yeah, and there's a quote about journaling. And then this page, for the weekly part, I wrote about having to switch my Bitmoji from the old to the new. And you can see the 2 Bitmojis of me on the page, the old one and the new one. I think the old one looks more like me, but I think I'm kind of getting used to the new one. So I guess I'll continue it. The quote that you see is found on Helen Colebrook's Instagram post. It's so perfect for what I wanted to do this year, so I added to my page. I hope you will please check out her YouTube channel and her Instagram account, both of which I will link in the description. She's very inspirational. And then there's a picture, a sticker of a pizza. We went to our favorite pizza place, local in Scottsdale. It's fantastic. It's called Lamps. And then we have my today's page, which I have not finished. But this is what I am going to be doing this year. And I've set up for next week, writing down the journal prompts. And it's by Rachel Grieg. Sadly, she passed away last year, but all of her monthly journal prompts are wonderful and they're available. And I've used them before, and I am going to be using that hopefully the rest of the year. And I'm going to only do the setup for each week because I may change how I want to do it. So I'm going to leave it open. All right, so that's my cousin. And now my A6 Techo that I use for my sketch journal. And here I track my social media posts, and mainly they're all Instagram. I don't do a whole lot. And then these are the monthly doodle wash prompts that I use to sketch. And this was my attempt at fireworks over Sydney Harbor, where I was not too long ago. Not my best effort. Day 2 was penguins. So these are little penguins found in Australia. And then notebook. I sketched the 3 notebooks that I'm using. And there's my Canon Ivy that I print photos with. And I really, really like that over the HB sprocket that I was using before. And then finally, day 5, I got to use the loose style of watercolors with that amaryllis. And I also added the lyrics from Spring Day by BTS. It's a beautiful song about waiting for spring day to come. But I do love the loose style of watercolors. And hopefully I'll just continue to do a few more of those as well, especially with flowers. They're great for that. So let's see, day 6 was hat. So I drew myself wearing the straw hat that I like to wear in the summer. I'm not really a hat person, but I really do enjoy my straw hats in the summer. And then this is the white chicken chili, a bowl of it, and the recipe. I'm going to make it this week for my lunch. So it's kind of a fun thing to sketch. So that is it for this week. Yeah. So perhaps soon I'll get back to doing sketch and journal with me videos occasionally. I'm not sure how often I will be doing these flip throughs, probably once a month. So we will see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope that you will like and subscribe. All right, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.